Good morning. Welcome to my thought for the day. So today we are in Luke 23:39 to 43, the story of the penitent thief, what is called the penitent thief, one of the two people nailed to the cross with Jesus, cried out to him and asked him if he wouldn't save them and save himself and them. And the other one said, we deserve to be here. What are you? Aren't you afraid of God? You're under the same judgment. And we're receiving a reward, due reward for our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong. And he said to Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said to him, truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. This is only recorded in Luke's Gospel. And I did find myself wondering who Luke had talked to, who remembered seeing this happen. Because unless Jesus told his disciples what had happened, none of his disciples were at the cross, except John. Maybe John saw it, but he didn't record it. He didn't record it in his record of the crucifixion of Jesus. Perhaps he didn't do that because it was already recorded in Luke's version. I don't know. But it's an interesting thought. Who did Luke get the story from? Because this is the most amazing thing, isn't it? This is this is testament to the fact that it is not what we do that gets us into heaven. This thief could do nothing. He could do absolutely nothing. He couldn't even kneel in prayer. He couldn't put his hands together. He couldn't fall at the feet of Jesus. He couldn't do anything except ask for help. And Jesus granted him entrance to paradise. It's interesting, the word paradise is only used in 3 places in the whole Bible. It's a Persian word adopted into the Greek language from the Persian language, and it used to mean originally a pleasure ground or a park, an ornamental park, but it came to mean the Garden of Eden, the beautiful garden that God himself had planted. The 2 places where it's mentioned in the New Testament, if you want to take time today to have a look at it, is in 2 Corinthians 12:3 and Revelation 2:7, both times referring to the place where God lives. I think this is it's a wonderful thing that the garden is so significant in the scriptures. The whole of creation begins with a garden, and in Revelation it ends with a garden, with trees planted for the healing of the nations and a river, a beautiful place restored, completely restored, and that the greatest temptation to defeat Jesus occurred in a garden, the Garden of Gethsemane. Garden's very important. Isaiah talks about gardens. There's Isaiah in one lovely verse, which I can't remember exactly where it is, but he says, you shall be like a well-watered garden. And my goodness, wouldn't our gardens need a lot of watering for them to look like that at the moment with this heat wave we've got going on? Gardens are very important. There's that lovely saying that's often on garden ornaments. You're closer to God in the garden than anywhere else on earth. God is the ultimate gardener, the vine dresser, the garden planter, the one who loves to see things that he has planted grow. And that's what he loves to see. And this poor man had no chance for any seed sown in him to grow. I don't know how, if this conversation, you find yourself thinking, did these men sit in the crowd on the Mount of Beatitudes? Did they hear some of the preaching of Jesus? Did they know someone that he'd healed? I don't doubt that they did. You know, But the moment of truth came on the cross for this man, confronted with his own mortality and certainty of his death, and realizing, as he did, he knew something about Jesus, because what he said was, "We are here justly. We are receiving the due reward of our deeds." He was not a nice man. He had been very evil in his life, and he knew it. But this man has done nothing wrong. He knew how wonderful Jesus was, and he turned to Jesus. Jesus, with that thing on the cross above him which said, the King of the Jews. I'm not sure that this thief would have been able to read it, but he would have known what the sentence was, and why this man was sentenced to death. And he asks this wonderful thing: remember me when you come into your kingdom. Remember me, King Jesus, remember me. And that was faith. That was faith. He knew who Jesus was, and he wanted to be part of the kingdom of Jesus. That's a great deal of faith. That is a prayer of faith, a wonderful prayer of faith. But it is saying to us, it is not what we do. No matter what we do, only reason that we will end up in paradise is because Jesus died on the cross for us. We are like the penitent thief. We have asked Jesus to remember us, and he remembers us and welcomes us into his kingdom, as he welcomed this poor man. We don't know the names of these two men. It's a pity. But when I get to the kingdom, I'm going to find them. I'm going to find this man who turned to Jesus in faith. The redemption of Jesus was already beginning as he died on the cross. Already there was fruit for his suffering. Praise his name. Wonderful Saviour. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.